Now, when we were chatting last time, I said, developing your emotions and finding out more about yourself isn't easy. But of all of the different IQ things, the math, the spatial, all of the different ones, the music that you were listing before, to me, the emotional one seems like it would be the easiest to develop. Is that just me being naive, or is it just different for, well, I guess it's different for different people. Some people are good at math. I'm not good at math.
Yeah.
Well, it's from the standpoint that you just come hardwired with emotions. You don't have to do a lot of learning.
Yeah.
Yeah, you come built with emotions. You don't come built with a quadratic formula. However, labeling the emotion is a skill that's really, going with the other segment on that you're doing with personality profiling.
Yeah.
Some people are very good at, Malcolm asked you the question, what emotions are you connected to?
I couldn't list any.
Right. But
Off the top of my head, I had to think about it, and I didn't have time to think about it.
You're clearly somebody who, though, is very connected to appreciating what's going on for people. And studies have shown that some people are very good at listening to their own heartbeat. And it's a weird phenomenon, but those who can keep time to their own heart, who are aware of their beating heart, are also highly aware of their own emotions and those in others. So some people are just naturally gifted with this capacity to empathize and understand what's going on. Others, depending on their social circumstances and their own genetics, have to spend a lifetime acquiring the sensitivity that others just take for granted.
Right, and it was interesting when I first met Vic. He could read me like that. And one of the things that he picked up is I'm actually an introvert. I'm shy, which you would never think, because I like to run around, have lots of energy, always playing jokes on people and doing things like that. But really, well, what was your assessment on me? Within like 20 minutes.
You just let me talk a lot, and so I thought, you can't be as much of a talker as I am. No, the way you are curious and focused, and obviously that makes you very good at your job, is a telltale sign of somebody who's not eager to throw in their 2 bits and is cool with letting somebody talk for a while. I'm not necessarily that way. I have to work hard at sharing airtime.
Right. I think that I would have to work hard on that too, because if you ask some people around here, they'd say I just jump in with my opinion an awful lot, was something that I'm working on, definitely.
Yeah.
But a listening skill is something that I have to do every single day.
Yeah.
So, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you've honed it for sure.
Yeah, okay. Now, self-management is another topic that we were talking about.
Right.
Tell me a little bit about that.
Self-management is probably one of the most crucial of the 4. In Stanford in the 60s, they did studies with 4-year-old kids, and they brought them into a room, and a guy in a white lab coat said, sit here, Billy, for a while, and there was a marshmallow on the table. And out of 10 or 12 kids they brought in, 2/3 of those were able to hold off eating the marshmallow after the guy left. And the proposition was, if you don't eat the marshmallow, I'll come back with 2.
Okay.
And 2/3 of the kids didn't eat it and came back, gave them 2, and they sucked it back. 1/3 of the kids said, right, and they ate the marshmallow as soon as that door shut. 10 years later, they caught up with these kids, and those kids, 2/3 of them who did not eat the marshmallow, were to a T, had the highest academic performances in each of their respective schools.
Really?
And the 1/3 who didn't were mixing and matching. Some did well, most didn't. And the reason for that is, as a 4-year-old, if you can manage not to eat something when you're hungry, at 16 or 15, you can manage to not play when you can do your homework.
Right.
You cannot...
Or clean the entire house. I'll clean the entire house before I will study
Absolutely.
for something.
Yeah.
We're going to come back on this subject because it is definitely very important. But right now I want to direct you to helptv.ca, where we have all our resources for every single show. So if you click on the Today tab,